What's up? Yo, I think we're live. I think. I never know for certain until it shows up, and it's delayed. But we're looking good. Alright, what's up, everyone? Sorry for the delay. We've got our altcoin live stream today. Shout out to BingX for sponsoring that, you guys. If you want to check out BingX, there's a link below to sign up. And honestly, they got a really cool paper trading currency, VST. So I know a lot of people have been using that to paper trade and practice. So before you go live, it's always a good idea to practice. And there's no better way than paper trading and actually doing it on the exchange, right? Because you can pretend trade as much as you want, but paper trading with live positions is the best way to go about it. You know, kind of like some live action. So anyway, let's get it going. How's the basement? My basement's good. I think I got all the water fixed. I'm literally just waiting for it to rain this weekend to make sure that I don't have water in the basement. So if that happens, then I can start getting everything back together, get the drywall put back together, and get my office set back up. So it'll be a little while, but shit happens. So we move on. Could have been worse. I know somebody's house just burnt down, so I'll take a little bit of water in my basement over that. Yeah, so let's, you guys, I don't know, I got this chart pulled up here. What is this? This is Lululemon here. I'm just watching this thingy here. Look at this. So, you remember in bull markets, you guys, we had these breakouts here. These were, like, bullish as hell, right? Like, these big trend line breakouts. This is kind of like a cup and handle almost. But anyway, these would just take off in the bull market. So now we're kind of, now we're in a bear market, and so I'm watching for a possible scenario here to take off in the opposite direction. Excuse me. So you can look out for scenarios like that. Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of what I was looking at here. That's why I had this chart pulled up. But let's get to some altcoin chart requests. Let's see what you got. What do you got? What do you got? Dogecoin. We're not doing Dogecoin. Come on. That's got to be like a $5 market cap. Let's do some actual altcoins, even though most of them are shit anyway. Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum's kind of a major, but we can look at Ethereum. And whoops. And Ethereum is kind of clicking the wrong spot. All right. We had this breakdown here, right? So that was key. Basically a bear flag. So a very, very obvious short opportunity. Now, I mean, I would probably go target from here to here. All right, because bear flag, you get the whole pull, and then the bear flag, and then the target. Well, I mean, this could technically be the pull, which would be a really, really, really steep target of like $600, and that could be a possible target, but I like pulls that are like straight impulses. So we pulled down here, and then we consolidated, and then we pulled again. So I just go from here to here to be safe, and I would say that a safe target is 920 something, okay? And that kind of makes sense. This is the sweep of the lows. So if you sweep those lows, sometimes you do shit like this. Oh, what the hell? Is that a highlighter? Oh, I've never used that before. And then you sweep, and then you bounce, and then you go back in time and sell before, you sell because you accidentally didn't do it the first time, right? So that's how I see ETH here. We're obviously seeing some nice increase of volume, so that's pretty bearish down there. Increasing volume, decreasing price. That's just showing that the trend is strong. So I don't know why why do I keep putting the lid on? You guys do that? Ever do that? You like set something there and you put the lid on every time and then have to take it off every time? It's such a pain in the ass. Just leave it off. Just leave it off. All right. See, now I can just do this. Easy. Don't have to take off that stupid lid anymore. Ha! I've conquered the water bottle. All right. Now to conquer some altcoin charts. Okay. So that's how I see ETH right here. Obviously, if this daily holds here, and you could see we're also approaching this support here, and we've tapped it. So that's why we're running into resistance. But if the daily holds this little thing, we could bounce a little bit before dying. If we just nuke through there, then we probably at least retest these lows. And obviously, if we close below those lows, then that shit gets really bearish, and the whole world is going to burn. Okay? So let's go to a different altcoin. We got NEAR. I see GMT, actually. Let's do GMT first. All right, GMT, this is not good. I actually posted a 1H breakdown the other day, which was really cool. Where's this at? This 1H breakdown, kapoo, bam, look at that. All right, so nice, nice, uptrend, and we break down and we go lower. And so this was a great short entry, obviously, because we know we're in a bearish trend here. And we've now reached the target for this trade, which was basically the origin of the uptrend. So this is where if I was shorting this on a 1 hour time frame, I probably would have closed partial down here anyway, or all of it, to be honest. This obviously looks like a good re-entry, right? Those harsh rejections. But anyway, so now we would have reached my final target if I was shorting. Because again, it's a 1 hour chart, you guys. Remember the time frames, okay? So yes, this is a 1 hour chart. I could have held for, like I said, usually 1 hour charts I hold for maybe 10 hours max. And you can see here, if I would have gotten in a short here, this would be about 5 or 6 hours. I probably would have closed. Okay, then you look for higher time frame opportunities. So maybe go to the daily, and maybe you had a daily time frame short that you took and you could have held longer. But you do have a nice rejection here. But really, I wouldn't have a short unless the daily closed below here. And honestly, that was low volume push, high volume rejection. So, I mean, pretty good short opportunity. But here's where you can see now we're starting to lose this uptrend, kind of like we did with ETH. And so if you wanted to have shorted this retest, you could have. And then again, we look for another breakdown and maybe a retest and go lower. So this doesn't look very good at all, especially if the daily closes above or below. What's our open here? 83.5. So if the daily closes below 83.5, we don't look very hot there, okay? So let's see. So that's GMT 1 day chart. I mean, it's pretty clear here. We're definitely, like a bear flag, right? So it's a bearish bounce, and now we're seeing some reaction. And if we do what Ethereum did, we're going to go back and sweep these lows around 58 cents area. Let's see what else we got. Oh, you guys are typing so fast. All right, I got near. We got near now. Near is now. So near kind of just did what everything else did, right? So we hit this spot here. You're not going to want to open up a new short now because you're chasing at this point. So we did have this really nice. So a lot of my charts are going to end up being educational pieces, right, you guys, on these streams, because we have to be at a significant area for us to take any action. If we're kind of already at mid-trend or whatever, there's nothing for us to do, right? So here's where I could look for some low time frame long opportunities, like very low time frame, but it's going to be risky, and you're not going to want to chase. And I kind of probably already would have missed any longs here. If I really want, I could try to maybe sneak a breakout here for a quick momentum pop and get a little pop and then get out, okay? But again, that would be a very low time frame scalp idea. But if I was shorting up here, I could maybe consider, if I had a good entry, I could consider just holding this short, taking some profit down low, okay? But here, what I was talking about, sorry, before I went ADD mode, was this bearish engulfing candle. So we have this high volume, small bodied candle, and it ends up being a rejection, and then we get a bearish engulfing candle, and we retest the low of this, right? So that'd be a good short entry, and then you could see how well that played out. All right, great risk to reward, yada, yada. That would have been the entry I would have been looking for. And now it's kind of hard to gain a late entry. Now, you got the same trend line breakdown here, okay? And we didn't quite get a retest here, but close, so this is kind of where you could have looked for a late entry. All right, and if I get these late entries, I almost always close, because what can happen here is it can rebound back to my entry and then go die, right? So if I get late entries, I'm more quick to close at the next level. If I got an entry up here, I'd be more likely to hold on to it because, it's less likely that this bounces this high before dying. Let me change the color here. I like the blue color for my drawing. Okay. Oh, shoot. Did I just default it back? Ah! Hold on. Okay, let's get this. Ah! Stupid trading view. I'm a boomer, you guys. I'm actually very technically savvy, but Like, I'm just a boomer. I don't learn. You can't teach an old dog new tricks anymore, right? The older you get, you guys, the less easy it is to learn anything new. Okay, let's remove all these. I mean, this is just a weak-ass bounce here on near. Like, it just doesn't look good. And this was probably the key area to hold. You can see on the weekly chart. This would have been a great weekly entry, okay? You can see here, this is the highest volume on the chart. So this is would be a key area here. So I hope you guys are finding really cool educational value in this stuff right now, because that's the whole key, is to learn this shit, right? Like, I'm not going to be there exactly when this stuff happens 24/7 to be able to give you guys entries. You got to find them yourself. But anyway, so this is highest candle on the chart. We get a close below. Highest volume candle, I should say. We get a close below, and then after that close below, we get a nice rejection there. Inverted hammer, which a lot of people associate as bullish, but honestly, they're usually, I mean, I think they're more often bearish, but I just look at them as a rejection, and then if we closed above here, then I would say that was bullish, okay? But I guess in bull market, you know, if you're using inverted hammers, you're going to have better luck, obviously, than now. So whatever. But anyway, so that looks to me like a harsh rejection after a breakdown, and then we continue. So if I get in a short here, I mean, it's a pretty cake short. And then honestly, I just don't see any reason to close. You know, maybe for me personally, I always take a little profit when momentum stalls just to be safe, right? Because you never know when shit's just going to bounce back up to your entry, or you're going to tighten your stop loss and get stopped out on a stop run, okay? But anyway, that would be the key entry here. That would be prime entry. And now you'd kind of just ride it, because there's no real... what's the word I'm looking for? There's no real signs of trend reversal. And for more confirmation, we even had this trend line breakdown here and a retest. So pretty clear view there, you guys. That would have been a great short opportunity, obviously. So we look for opportunities like this elsewhere. And honestly, a lot of altcoins right now, I had mentioned a couple days ago that they were rejecting locally, and we're kind of seeing some follow through on those rejections. So we're a little late to the party right now as far as if we're trying to short. Let's see. All right, let's do I see AMP. All right, somebody said AMP. Whoa, this chart is amped up, you guys. Let's see. So in these conditions, I mean, you're usually looking for shorts, honestly. So like, I would look for like a short the pump deal here, probably, right? We just hit 22 EMA resistance. That would have been a great short opportunity just right off the bat. We go to the daily. So you'd want to see a strong daily close. All right. If we get a big upper wick, this is just an exit pump. If this can close strong with no upper wick, then it can pump again. But usually these become exit pumps. Did they announce some news or something? I don't know. What is going on here? Okay, so right off the bat, you guys, bearish engulfing candle with the tweezer top. Like, this is something I would short. Bearish engulfing candle, tweezer top. So then I would basically just look for a retest up here of this resistance, and this is probably where I would look to short if it rejects. Okay, now the keyword would be if it rejects, because sometimes these strong momentums can just fly, but honestly, this looks kind of like a parabola too. So I'd just be watching here. All right, you watch and you wait, and we're rejecting on this. Here, let's draw this up to this wick, okay? So if we reject here, we're going to go to the 11 EMA pretty quick, and that would give me a very quick 6% scalp, okay? Now, again, if it rejects, so you're kind of just waiting and watching, and you've got your hand on market short, right? Not you guys, but I would have my hand on market short, and I'd be like, all right, this is starting to reject, I'm in, all right? And then if it starts to go against me, I can just get out quickly. But now I just would want to see it go down, and if it doesn't go down, I can get out, and you'd want to see a nice rejection here. Let's see, the 3-minute looks. 3-minute, nice big upper wick. 5-minute, 5 minutes a little stronger than you want to see, which is probably why we're popping just a little bit here, but we're going to reject here, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Let's see. And the key here would be to hold this, ultimately. So there we go. So we're rejecting. So maybe I could have added a little bit more up there. Okay, I never go full size on these strong trends like this anyway, because you can just get warped through, because this is just a strong trend, right? And so what happens is sometimes the FOMO buying just is very strong, and you get some deviations or something. Okay, but honestly, this could be the top before it goes down to here. But what I would do is I would literally just try to get in here. Look at this rejection. Like, this is a nice rejection. Now I would try to get in here, and I would just either start to ladder out a little bit, my ultimate target, again, I would play momentum here. This would be my targets, okay? So the short would be working out great right now. Bam, we just hit target 1. I mean, that would be a nice, quick 6% short here, okay? That would have been perfect, and you move on. So you could get out there. Let's see how the 3-minute looks, 5-minute. So 3-minute, nice rejection here, but we're starting to bounce at that little support. Momentum's kind of stalling, and what happens here is this could potentially rebound and kind of do some wicking out here because, again, this was a strong trend. So I would have personally gotten out at my EMA target. Nice quick scalp profit in literally like 2 minutes, right? And then you move on, and you go on to the next trade. So that's how I would have done that. Hope you guys enjoyed that nice little play-by-play here. We don't have any confirmation of like a 15-minute short or anything yet, okay? 5-minute short, we don't have any confirmation because this is a nice big 5-minute strong candle. And it's on low-ass damn volume, though. Holy shit. Low volume, so that's usually a blow off the top a little bit. And now we're seeing, a little bit of breakdown here further. So maybe I could get back in a tiny one there if I wanted to, just to try it out. But I wouldn't go big here. I had a good entry there. So if you get that good entry, either hold and you get out if it goes back against you. Or you get out here, which is, like I said, what I would have done. A nice quick 6% profit in 2 minutes. You can't beat that, right? There's nothing to be ashamed of about that. And then you can look for more higher time frame setups. Right now, obviously, you're not going to hold on a daily chart because this is a mega bullish daily candle. So if you're trying to short on a daily time frame here, you're more often than not, you're going to get wrecked. So yeah. So for something like that, I had to go down to the 1 minute and the 5-minute chart and 3-minute chart, okay, to be able to, successfully find an opportunity there. But anyway, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that little tidbit there. What time is it? 11. Okay, I got about 15 more minutes for you guys. All right, let's see. Link. I see Link on the board. Oh, sorry, I had to stretch. Okay, let's see. We got Link. Stinky Linky. Where are you? Where are you? All right, let's see what we got going on with Link here. So Link, again, is doing what we saw. What's Bitcoin price at right now? 91.25. Is it rejecting? It's literally going sideways, isn't it? Okay. Stinky Link. Let's go back to Link. I don't know why I say Stinky Link. Is this the right link? Okay. Binance. All right, so what happened with Link here? It's at our support level. It's swept the lows now. And when that happens, you maybe take a little profit on your short. You're not going to chase another short there, obviously. You see a nice evening star candle here. A BS stop hunt here, which really probably screwed over a lot of people, so you don't like to see that. But that happens on Binance all the time. But anyway, so then you would just go down and look for, little long opportunities here. You got to remember the overall trend is still bearish. So what you could do here is you could go for like a 5-minute potential long opportunity and try to long this for a little bounce, okay? Or you just look for bearish formations on the bounce and try to short the bearish formations, right? So you get a nice bounce here, and maybe you short that on like a 3-minute chart. I don't know. I don't like doing altcoins on low time frames as much, okay, unless they have a high volume like AMP did. AMP had really high volume, so that's an easy one you can do on a low time frame. I really want Lulu to reject here, you guys. I want to get in a short, but it just looks like it doesn't want to yet. I need a rejection here. Sorry, I went ADD mode real quick because I want this to hold breakdown. I mean, if this reclaims breakdown on the daily, then I wouldn't get in it anyway. But, I mean, this usually breaks down. So now, I mean, we've got a rejection here, so I could short here, but I prefer to wait for, like, probably a little bit more breakdown just for confirmation's sake. Since I'm in good profit on my other shorts, I don't really want to force any. So I'm probably waiting for something like this. And then I could get in and hope that it, goes lower. But for now, we just wait and see what happens with that one. Okay. But I digress. I do have a little KO short open, though. And it's just kind of going sideways. So not really anything. If this breaks up above this wick, I'm just probably going to get out. But anyway, okay, back to altcoins. So Link, again, we have a lot of altcoins now sweeping those lows. You saw like GMT hadn't swept the lows yet, so that's a potential one to keep an eye on for more downside, because if the whole market's doing one thing, other altcoins, a lot of times do the same thing as well. So let's do Mana, and we'll do Doge as well. We'll do Mana, then Doge. So Mana, again, doing kind of the same thing. It hasn't swept the lows quite yet. Okay, it hasn't fully swept the lows like the other altcoins had, but a little bit. But the other ones have gone a little bit lower here. You can see that breakdown. You had this bearish engulfing type candle here. We've got a retest for a good short opportunity up here at that resistance area. So overall, again, everything's kind of trying to bounce right now, just a little bit off these lows, but nothing's looking, mega bullish to where it should bounce right away. Let's see what we got on weekly time frame. Look at this. So remember that other chart we talked about? So here's a key here. If Mana closes below this line, it's got a long way to go. This is the highest volume breakout on the chart. If it closes the weekly below 77.7, literally 7777, if it closes below that, then it's going to probably do something like this and then bleed off into nothingness forever. Maybe not forever, but that could be a good high time frame entry if you're patient and you wait for a breakdown of this line and start to reject, and then maybe you can get in and get a nice, big short entry there. So keep an eye on that. Honestly, it might be worth setting some alerts there. Okay, set an alert down there. So that's a really good opportunity to look out for, though, for sure. That's definitely one I will keep on my radar for a good swing short. Probably that'd be a good one for my Team Nebraska Gooner portfolio. If you guys haven't checked that out, there's a link in my bio. It's basically just like a high time frame swing trading portfolio. And it's like $20 a month. It's like dirt cheap. I literally just have it. I have to pay my team to help me run it. So I have to charge something, but again, it's $20 a month. We post our swing trade crypto portfolio allocations. If we add or remove crypto from our allocation list, we post that. But we've been in stables, for since 40K. We've been killing it. We haven't been trying to get every little drop out of every move. But we've been, catching some of the bounces. We caught a lot of the altcoin bounces, like on Atom. We caught 20 or 30. I don't know how big a bounce we caught on Atom, but we got in at 725, and it went to 850 or something like that. But yeah, so we're not trying to catch every move, but we've been in stables a lot, and so we're trying. The whole point of that group is education and trying to teach people how to manage your risk and manage a portfolio with low risk, right? Because a lot of people go all in a lot of times, and we're doing smaller calculated positions with calculated risk. So we're really hoping that the education rubs off. But anyway, if you want to check that out, it's in my Twitter bio. But what time is it? All right, I got time for more charts. More charts. Can I have some more, please? Okay, let's see. We got, what did I just do? Mana. Okay, so Mana Weekly, that's an important one to watch, you guys. I will not do ICP. I refuse. That chart is the devil. Chart is the devil. It gives me nightmares. I don't like ICP. I like Insane Clown Posse. Okay, so again, ADA, highest volume on the chart was up here. That was a key area. All right, yada yada. Here's the top and the bottom of that candle, and we broke below it and have not gone back above it since. Now, next high volume area of interest is down here. Okay, that's gonna be a high volume area of interest, and that's about it. A little bit of high volume here, but we're kind of in the mid-range. You can see we're starting to break down now. All right, so ADA, I've been bearish on ADA since literally $2. So, I don't know what else to say. There's not much to really do here. This is most likely going lower. If it somehow breaks up from this trend line here, okay, you could consider the alternative of upside. But for now, you really aren't going to do anything on this. You're not going to take a late short here on the weekly. Maybe on the daily we can look. Okay. So let's remove all this godforsaken nonsense. Really what we see here is, again, this is how you could have caught some bounces. But again, I've been saying, you guys, hold your longs short and hold your shorts long. So we get a little breakout here, fake breakout, and then we die. All right, and usually when that happens, you go lower. All right, so this is the breakout point, and so that's kind of where you would have looked for a short, is on that breakout retest. So yesterday on the retest, that would have been a good short opportunity. Now, your opportunity is kind of passed. You could try to find like a low time frame bounce to get back in at somewhere, okay? But really, your opportunity is kind of gone here. This is a resistance. So these, have you guys seen these whipsaws before? These kind of sometimes are diamond bottom things, and then you go up. But honestly, current conditions, I would almost say this is, and you can see we're rejecting at this line actually. So at that line could have been a decent potential short entry, and you basically just try to get in there and hope that it breaks down. And if momentum goes against you, you just get out pretty quickly. But you can see we're already down 0.3%. So, you know, if I did like a 10x leverage or 5x leverage, you know, I'd be up a couple percent. But anyway, so that's, but the key here is you guys have to be willing to be wrong if you're chasing these late. I might have to close my KO short here. Hold on, you guys. I'm down $100 on it, but I'm probably just going to close it because I don't feel like monitoring it right now. I'm down $100 on a $200,000 position. That's like 0.1%, right? Jeez. Okay. So that's how I like to close my trade sometimes. If I get in on a momentum trade like KO, I literally got in here and I was like, all right, look, here's the deal. I'm going to enter just here at this resistance, and I hope it rejects. And it did reject initially, but I was like, if it goes against me at all, I'm just going to close because I just want to see it just continue to drop because I don't really have a real trade set up there. And maybe I'll do a video on momentum here for you guys next, my next video. But anyway, so it's kind of going against me. I don't really have a true trade set up, so I just got out. If I find a true trade setup, I can always get back in. But if I don't really have a true setup, then it's momentum-based at resistance or at support. And I'm trying to catch, you know, a bounce at support or a drop at resistance. So definitely could still drop, but again, I don't have a setup right now, so I get out of that quick. All right, let's look at another chart here. I got time. Oh, Ape. Ape was a good one, you guys. So I know you guys have been following me on Twitter and seen this. All right, so here, first off, this would have been a good late entry short. Okay, you got a fake breakout, but really I wouldn't have worried about that. I would have shorted this breakdown right here. So if we would have looked at this, what am I on? 15-minute chart. If we would have looked at this 10 minutes ago, we would have had a good short entry here on a late short, okay? Because you get this high volume breakout, no follow through, a fake out, and what happens is on these fake outs, and what I was saying with ADA is usually you get these consolidations, fake out, and then they go lower. So it basically is like a redistribution, and this is like the stop hunt in the redistribution that shakes everyone out before you go lower, okay? So that's how I view that. Probably going to go lower. We had a really good 4H setup not long ago, and actually we have a 4H tweezer bottom here. So potentially it could bounce. There's no bullish engulfing candle. The whole trend is down. We just closed below. Look at these two high volume areas. Oh, this is low volume even. So we closed below this high volume area here, and we just closed below. We didn't close below that. So what could happen is we could retest this base here and then bounce and then reject. So I'm not sure I would like a late short entry here. If I did that 15-minute one, that would have been a perfect momentum scalp. I'd be up a couple percent at least here. And then, you know, I could always get out if it starts to bounce. But as far as 4H goes, the real setup was here earlier in the week when I posted this 4H tweezer top here. Okay, we've got a nice tweezer top here. If you don't know what a tweezer top is, go study it. Nice 4H tweezer top. And when we get this breakdown here, this is where I said to short. All right, so we got a breakdown and then bam, and bam, bam. All right, bam, 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 bam. All right, so that's the bam to the bam and the other bam, and then we get this other bam here, which is another bam of Bamington. All right, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Ignore me. But here we go. So this was the next time to look for a short entry, and I think I had it drawn. I think I had it drawn like this. Kind of weird, maybe. I don't remember. But anyway, you get a breakdown, retest, and further breakdown. So now we're kind of mid-range of this, and you know, usually I say these go back to origin, so we're close. I would say it's basically reached target, but it could have some more downside too, and it could, you know, sweep down here a little bit. So I know my team is actually short on Ape. I think we got in when Ape was like 458-ish or something like that. So, but yeah, my team's portfolio is short on Ape right now. That might be our only short. I'm not sure. But anyway, so that's how Ape's looking. I mean, this chart is just not good at all. All right, you guys. Where's the support? There's no support. and we're just at resistance now. So like, I mean, this, I'm really annoyed. I've had some really nice short opportunities on here for swings, and I just keep scalping it, and it just keeps going lower. But anyway, so I mean, this is a rejection candle. This is low volume. The problem here is you get a lot of high volume buying here. So could we bounce? Yeah. But if we don't bounce here, this shit gets really ugly, and I don't know how low it could go, but this basically becomes an exit pump, and there's no telling how low it could go after that. So, caution with Ape, obviously, as with most of the rest of the market. All right, what time is it? 11:11. I got time for one more altcoin, and randomization. Oh, it's Dogecoin. Everyone's favorite pump and dump coin that people got mad at me for telling them to sell above 70 cents. All right, let's see. Yeah, Doge is holding up very well here, which is a great sign if you want to short, right? If you're looking for a short on Doge, you probably still have a chance. It's 6 cents, you guys. So any kind of leverage is going to be like it's very easy to get liquidated on something that is 6 cents, okay? Because your liquidation level is going to be very close to your entry. So you got to be aware of that. So like low leverage, of course. But here could potentially be a good entry. All right, on this breakdown retest. But again, if I got in here, I might be closing kind of early. But Doge looks a little bit like it's lagging. The best confirmation entry here would be a close on the 1H below this kind of breakout candle. You see how we've got kind of a breakout here? Okay, so if we close below this, then we probably, I don't know how low we go, ignore that line, but we probably go somewhere in here at least, and that gives you, from breakdown retest here, that gives you like a 5% move. So, 5x leverage, that's 25% or whatever. So, overall, Doge looks like it's lagging a little bit compared to other altcoins in the market. Could that be a bullish sign? Maybe, but probably not. Again, you guys, we had this close here. We have kind of an evening star type pattern. This is a fake out to me, which is why I draw my trend line like this. But you could see here we've got a breakdown of trend line and then a retest. So that would have been a really, 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 really nice short opportunity. There's multiple retests here and multiple means of confluence here on this for a short right there. Obviously, we're a little late into that, but it's good study material. And now we're getting basically a bearish engulfing candle. So most likely, Doge goes lower. And you can see Bitcoin starting to reject too. And I've got my key resistance drawn here. And we kind of have a little evening star type deal here. And it closed below that. And it's just not looking too hot right now. And our high volume was right there as well. Next high volume is here. So if we go high volume to high volume, we go back to at least, 19K area. And if we go back to 19K, we probably bust through that, right? So, anyway, you guys, I appreciate you all for joining. Oh, is ACH breaking out? No shit. What? Look at this. Wow. I didn't buy this, but I considered it, but I didn't. It's just really hard to get in on this one. It's looking like, I bet this actually breaks out, but I'm not going to FOMO. I've just been watching this one. I actually posted on Twitter because it was at support yesterday. And this is one scenario I had, was a little sweep and then go. But I wanted to see a bigger sweep. If it did this and reclaimed, I would have gotten in for sure. Unfortunately, it didn't do that, so I didn't have full confidence to get in a short here, or a long here. But you can see here, obviously, it's holding well. And I'm never going to chase this shit because it literally can go down in seconds because it's so illiquid. It could go down 10% in like literally a minute and then recover. But you see really nice volume coming in here. Really low volume selling. We've got another potential 1 minute. And again, this is a liquid shitcoin, so you're really not going to trade it on 1 minutes, okay? That other one, though, had really, really good volume in AMP. It had really nice volume, actually, to be able to read that 1 minute chart. This is going to be wonky as shit on 1 minute charts, but it's still a similar pattern we had on AMP where we get that breakdown rejection, and now we're at resistance. And so if we reject here, then we go to the 11 EMA, which we kind of already did. Actually, we kind of rejected here, rebounded, and went to the 11 EMA all in 1 minute. But, you know, again, I'm not going to FOMO this. This could just straight fly through the moon here, but you're better off on these kind of a liquid shit coins just trying to get an entry down here, and if it breaks down, you just get out. It's just too risky. Like I said, it can go down 10% in literally 5 minutes or less. So if you do chase something like this, you know, you get in with like a very, very small amount, right? Like if you're normally trading with like $5,000 position, maybe you get in like a $500 position here. Because if it goes down 10%, you're only down $50, right? You just, over time, you guys, well, this is looking like it's gonna reject anyway, but it doesn't mean it will. But anyway, my point is here, like sometimes you see these opportunities, you're like, oh shit, this thing's finally gonna break out. It's finally gonna go to like 0.2, right? And you're like, I feel really good about it this time. And you get in and you go heavy, and it doesn't work out, and you end up getting dumped on like here. Like this is the time. I thought if it held this 22 EMA, it would have squeezed, but it didn't, and you can see what happened. So it's like, if you got in there with max confidence thinking you're going to make a bunch of money, you got wrecked on that, right? And then so you can't do that very many times. And again here, just about to get wrecked if you chase that, especially with size. So never chase with size on these things. If you're trying to go with size, you know, you're trying to get in like a prime entry with a max risk to reward, like somewhere down here. That's the only way you can do it. And again, look, it's rejecting now. I don't even know if you can short ACH anywhere, but again, it's down 5 or 6% now. That would have been a great, quick little short opportunity because that's what I specialize in, apparently, is shorts. But anyway, I'm not over there here TAing 1 minute altcoin charts ever. So, but when they do pump like that, very quickly, that's the only way you can really TA them, you know, because obviously the daily chart's going to look like whatever. So, anyway, you guys, I am going to go. I've got somebody showing up to help me with my Windows stuff because I have some damaged windows in my basement that I'm working on. But I appreciate you all for joining me today. We'll do another altcoin live stream next week. If you haven't watched my 2 recent videos on YouTube, you guys, I'm telling you right now, these videos will change your life. They probably won't change your life. They will. They will change your life. Watch them. No. But for real, you guys, they're freaking awesome videos. Okay. You've got Stop Gambling, How to Make Trading a Profession and Not a Gambling Addiction. This one, it's already got 4,500 views in like a week. That's awesome. That's a lot of views. So people really like that one. And then this one, Don't Add to Losing Trades. This is another very good one to talk about because a lot of people, you know, they go full size in a position and it doesn't work out. And they're like, oh, I think it's going to bounce soon. I'm just going to go bigger. And then it doesn't work out. And you're like taking double the loss on a single trade, which you should never do. So really, you should only add to winning trades. And there's a, you know, kind of like a way to go about adding to winning trades, like on confirmation and not just blindly adding. So definitely watch Don't Add to Losing Trades. Definitely watch How to Make Trading a Profession and Not a Gambling Addiction. I promise you guys will like that video. Like, so relatable for people, for people and aliens and maybe Wassies. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted because I was looking at this chart, but I don't know. Maybe it'll pump. But so again, if you were gonna try to go with a little bit of size, I don't recommend it on this liquid shit anyway, because I'm pretty sure like $10,000 can pump this like 2 or 3% anyway. But if you're going for size, you would want to try to get it on a dip and then hope it goes up. And if it goes against you, you get out right away, right? But again, it's risky to chase these altcoins when they're pumping like this because they can. I mean, this one dropped what 7% in 2 minutes, so in less than 2 minutes. So like I said, you guys, over time you'll understand that you're just gambling when you're going in on shit like this. So if you're trying to get those entries, especially on low liquidity altcoins, you're trying to get like bottom entries and maybe slowly accumulating or something at where you think a bottom is, because otherwise you're just guessing and you're just FOMOing into freaking pumps. 1 pump, 2 pump, 3 pump, 4, right? So if you FOMO into every one of these, maybe you're finally right, and maybe you make like half your winnings back, your losses back. So anyway, guys, that's all for me. I appreciate you all. Have a good day. I will see you next time. Make sure you watch those YouTube videos and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Peace.